Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Rawlins, and I'm here with Anime Review Modern, a second, I guess, rendition of anime reviews that I will have on this channel. Yesterday was Retro, where we talk about Death Note Episode 1, and today we will be talking about My Hero Academia Episode 1. Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. I don't want to spend too much time on it in this video, but I'll probably elaborate more on it next week or something like that, or probably at the end of the week in a Rambling Rollins. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be doing some different things with the retro reviews. But My Hero Academia is a series that my brother, that I pride myself on getting my brother into. I told him about it when I watched the first 3 episodes last year, because everybody's talking about it. It's really big in the goddamn anime scene right now. Big anime YouTubers are talking about it for Neverworld. I want to say Teching 101 is, but everybody likes it, man. And I said I wanted to give this a shot. So last year, when I was planning on starting up the anime channel, which I, of course, never got to, I checked out My Hero Academia. I liked it. So I said, yo, man, you got to check this out to my brother. He checked it out, and he fucking loved it, man. He loved it so goddamn much. He fucking binge-watched it like he binge-watched Blue Exorcist. This is the time where there was only 1 season out, I believe. And he saw season 2 when it came out. He watched the whole damn thing, and motherfucker didn't tell me about it, man. He didn't keep me informed about it. I was like, God damn it. I wish I knew about this, because I tried my best to keep up with anime news, but with college and everything, man, it's kind of difficult to do all that. But somehow my buddies got me into starting up this anime channel this year, finally doing it. And one thing I can say is rewatching My Hero Academia episode 1 today made me, I would say, fall in love with the series again. I mean, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. But to say that I'm in love with the series, probably because I've seen episode 1 like 3 times already. But I will tell you this: it accomplishes everything that every first episode of a series, whether it's anime, TV, needs to accomplish. It gets you introduced to the character. It gets you introduced to the setting, and in a sense, it makes you want to root for the character. So, with all that out of the way, let's get this shit started, man. So My Hero Academia, it takes place in a world where 80% of the population has some type of supernatural power. Now, this all started with a motherfucking baby being born, and Deku, who's narrating the story at this point, described it as a baby that radiated light. And since this was the first incident that a person was born with superpowers, there was a bunch of more incidents where people were born with superpowers. And like he said, over 80% of the population has some type of supernatural power. He said the supernatural became normal, and damn near everyone has superpowers. Now, Deku, who's the protagonist, or Izuku Midoriya, as they refer to him often throughout the story, is one of the 20% of the population who doesn't have a superpower. And his main goal is he wants to be a hero. He's obsessed with being a hero, and he's kind of saddened that he doesn't have this power, as you will see when I start breaking down the plot of the episode. And since there was so many heroes or so many supernatural beings being born, they had superpowers and shit. A good majority of them were using these powers to commit crimes. And Deku explained that this led to the government adding a new profession, which is the hero profession, which is supposed to counteract the villains and all these people who are misusing their superpowers to commit crimes and shit like that. Now, Deku, or Izuku, wants to be one of those people who are responsible for stopping all the goddamn crime from happening. He wants to be a famous hero, just like the guy he idolizes, All Might, as you, like I said, we'll see as I start breaking down the goddamn episode. Now, after getting through the whole idea of what the world is like and how everything is supposed to operate in this world, you get your first glimpse of what the heroes do and what their job is. Now, on his way to school, Deku encounters a scene where this person had stolen a bag and he had turned into this big old monstrous supervillain, and he gets to see heroes in action. And I guess this one popular dude, I forgot his name, I didn't write it down here, but his ability is like motherfucking he can use like different type of, his limbs are made of like tree roots and shit like that. It's really not that important, but the main thing is you see how these heroes are assigned to stop these big ass monstrous super villains for whatever petty crimes they do. And like I said, this monstrous dude had stole a bag. So long story short, dude gets stopped, of course. The whole thing with this that I took away from this scene is that Deku, get to see how he operates, man. You get to see he's fucking fangirling over this big old tree dude, and he wants to be the guy who stops all these villains. He's taking notes. He's freaking fangirling out. He's trying to do everything he can because he doesn't have a superpower. And his main goal is to try to be a hero, even though he doesn't have a superpower, and he wants to make all the adaptations that he needs to do in order to do so. So we go over to the next scene where they're in class and the teacher asks, okay, you guys are beginning to grow up now, because they're in like middle school, I want to say. He said, you guys are beginning to grow up now, and you guys need to start figuring out what you want to do with your lives. And then he's like, you know what, I could give you, what the fuck did he call him? Job aptitude test or whatever the fuck the goddamn name is for it. I should know this, but dude said, I know you guys all want to be heroes because I'm guessing a good majority of the people in Deku's class have some type of abilities. Now, there's one guy who, really early on in the episode, you see a flashback of Deku, who's a blonde-haired dude. Or not Deku, I'm sorry, Bakugo, who's basically Deku's rival in a sense. He says, I want to be, I'm going to surpass everybody. I'm going to be the top-ranked guy in the goddamn class, so I'm going to join this elite high school, UA High, which is primarily, that has a 0.02 acceptance rate or some shit like that. And he wants to get into high school. He thinks he's this big ass hot shot. And then the teacher brings up, oh wait, Deku, don't you want to go to that school too? Now, Bakugo is somewhat insulted by this. He's like, no way in hell he's going to be accepted into a school, because he thinks he's better than him, of course, because he has this superpower. Like I said, he thinks he's a fucking hotshot. So, and he thinks he's destined for greatness. He fucking looks down on Deku, saying, oh no, you can't get in there. You don't even have a superpower, blah, blah, blah. And then he just basically tries to tear him down as many ways as he can. After this, you see a small scene where this big ass green monster dude had robbed the bank, stole some cash, and you see your first glimpse of who we later find out to be All Might, basically pursuing him. But after that, we go to a scene where Deku's looking over his notes that he took from a big fight, the fight with the big tree guy that we talked about earlier in the day, and he's like, man, it's all over the news. He's looking at his notes and shit. Bakugo, or Katsuki, or Kachan, or whatever. They have so many goddamn names for these people. But Bakugo, as I am going to refer to him, basically see him, oh, you're looking at your notes? Dude takes it from him and then basically burns him. Tosses him into a goddamn sewer or something like that. And he basically, once again, explains that he's destined for greatness, and that how Deku isn't going to be as great as him. He's not going to be accepted into that elite school. And he said, if you want to be a hero, man, maybe you should what did he say? He said something like, do a swan dive off of a building, and then maybe you'll come back as a hero or someone with a quirk or something like that, because he thinks that you need to have a superpower to be successful. And then Deku's walking, he's trying to recover his notes and everything like that. And he's just thinking, like, man, in a sense, Bakugo is kind of right, but he's not wanting to believe it. He's not going to accept the truth. And we get a little flashback to Deku when he's like, I want to say 4 years old. He's a little kid, and it's computer time, and he wants his mom to play a video that he really likes. It's like some disaster footage of where you see All Might saving a whole bunch of people, and he fucking loves that footage. And he said this is where he discovered that he wanted to be a hero. So we go on to see Deku at the doctor's and whatnot, and he really wants to be a hero. So he's trying to figure out if he's gonna get a quirk or not. If he's gonna have a superpower. And I want to say, is in kindergarten at this moment in time. And his mother is explaining how that she has telekinesis and her husband can breathe fire and shit. And the doctor's basically breaking down, saying that, okay, due to the research and shit that we have in front of us, from what we can tell, he's not going to be able to develop a superpower. Because they explained that, maybe, they have like web feet or some type of disjointed in the pinky, the form's more streamlined and shit. So they basically, doctor gives it to him straight, said, you're not going to have a superpower, man. You're just going to be a normal human being. And we go back to seeing Deku watching the video again. He's kind of crying. He's upset that he's not going to have any type of superpowers. And he says, All Might, man, he always has a smile on his face. He never gets upset. He never gives up, no matter how bad the no matter how bad the situation gets. And he basically asked, will I ever develop a superpower? He asked his mom, will he ever develop a superpower, or will he be a hero someday, even though he doesn't have a superpower? And she's kind of crying because she knows what he's upset. She wishes things were different, and she wants to help him in whatever way she can, but she can't fix the situation because the situation is unfixable. And she's crying, they're crying. And Deku, at this moment, we get back to the real modern day. He says, man, this is where I made a decision that I'm going to do my best that I can do to be a hero. Even though it's impossible, I'm going to try. This is what I want to do. And he said he will always believe in himself, which is the best way you can be, man. But in this moment, he's in the sewer system, like I said, trying to recover his notes and trying to get back home or whatever. And then the green monster thing from earlier had basically swam up, getting ready to capture him, and he's trying to take over his body, trying to, I guess, get him use his body as a disguise or whatever the fuck. I guess that's this other thing's super ability. So as Deku's trying to break out and shit, trying to get away, he basically passes out. All Might comes, saves him, defeats and captures the monster thing. And, Deku wakes up. He sees All Might, which is the hero who who we saw in the video footage from the disaster and shit. And he's, of course, fangirling again. Oh my God, you're All Might. Asking him to sign his notebook and shit. Oh, you already did. He just fucking fangirls out. All Might's trying to get up out of there. He said he's got to take the monster to the police. So he flies up into the sky, getting ready to take off. He notices that Deku latches onto him. They're flying. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, come on, man. Let go, let go. Deku's like, no, I can't let go. I'm going to fall and die or whatever. So All Might tries his best to get Deku safe. He lands safely and whatnot. Deku lets go. And All Might's getting ready to take off. And Deku asks him the question, like, is it possible to be a superhero even though I don't have a superpower, a quirk, as they call it? And that's where the episode stops right there. Now, with this whole streamlined form that I gave of this episode, listen, like I said, they accomplished everything that they needed to accomplish. They told you who the main protagonist is, how he got to the position of wanting to be a hero, and they did a fantastic job with that. I fucking love a good series that has a damn good storyline, a good plot and whatnot. And like I said, I already seen the first 3 episodes. When you get around to finishing episode 3, that's when you get the whole idea of what Deku wants to do, and how he wants to accomplish his goal of being a hero. So it's a good start to the series, in my opinion. And would I want to see episode 2 again? Of course. I always wanted to finish this series because my brother took a very big liking to it after I told him about it. So if he likes the series 9 times out of 10, I'm going to like the series. So I would give this a star rating, but I didn't for Death Note, and I don't like giving things star ratings. I'll just tell you this. I think it's good. I will definitely continue the series. And the one thing I'm worried about is I said that I'm going to review Black Clover too. So I'm going to give that a shot. If I don't like it, then I'm going to can it. Because I didn't like Fairy Tail, and I hear it's a lot like Fairy Tail. So I'm kind of worried about that. But Black Clover is hot and popping right now in the whole anime scene. And I want to check it out just for that, man. Because if For Neverworld likes it, I want to see if I like it too. He got me in the freaking Tokyo Ghoul, and I think that shit's fantastic. I need to catch up on that shit too. So, but My Hero Academia, definitely should give it a check out. At least episode 1. And put in the comments, let me know what you think or whatever the hell. What you think about this episode, if you've seen it, if you didn't. I'm trying to get better with this whole anime review thing, man. Of course, I can put more editing and time into these videos, but I'm just getting warmed up to this whole type of reviewing thing. I'm new to YouTube, so for whoever's new watching, drop a like on the video if you like it. Hell, if you didn't, please drop a dislike and tell me why you didn't like it and tell me what I could do to improve. Drop a subscribe if you can, and of course, share this with your mammy, share this with your daddy, share this with the sister who be riding on your mister. Share it to your bald-headed granny, you got the holes in her panties, and share it with your cousin who like that familia loving. Share it out, man. You'll be doing Ray Rawlins a big favor. Share it on Twitter, whatever the hell, man. I appreciate you being here for watching. Take care. Oh, one more thing before I get out of here, man. I didn't upload yesterday because my freaking brain box was booming, yo. I had a mad-ass headache. But also, I guess 2 more things. There's going to be a little change to the schedule. So instead of doing 2 anime review retros, I'm going to do 1. So Death Note's going to be on Monday. My Hero's going to be on Wednesday. And Black Clover will be on Friday because, man, trying to do another anime review retro, man, it's just going to put too much on my plate. With college and everything going on now, man, I just don't have the time for it. So I think 3 will be good. I'll probably fit in a Ramblin' Rollins on a Saturday or something like that. But besides all of that, man, that's pretty much it. Those are little small changes. I'm probably going to be doing a batch upload for Anime Review Retro. I'm thinking about new ways to do that, too. So I'll probably give more explanation on the retro video itself next week or on the Ramblin' Rollins podcast. But keep an eye out for more videos. Thank you guys for watching once again. And I'll see you when I see you on Friday, hopefully. Peace.